Besties, if you have 2 minutes to spare, join me. Let's prepare bush and grass soup, aka vegetable soup. With every fiber of my being, I love this food. But my only problem is that before you get it prepared, you will sweat and cross 7 rivers and 7 seas, including 7 mountains and 7 valleys. My dear, no be small thing. I chopped vegetables, so the vegetable begin chop me. Thank God for my mother-in-law that helped me pick these vegetables and wash them thoroughly. If not, what would I have done? See, forget the camera. This camera is not doing justice. This vegetable is huge. Anyways, now that we are done, can you join me to the kitchen? Let's go start cooking, because like this, the hardest part has passed. Over here, I'll be showing you the number of proteins we'll be using for this vegetables. I'll be using some generous amount of beef, some omo, okporoko head, a big chunk of mangala, crayfish, and sea meals. Sisonga is about to cook with some snails. Today's soup will be an America Wonder kind of soup. Wait for my return. Fear my return. Anyways, this is me prepping my proteins. If you don't use hot water to wash your okporoko and the same for your mangala, I don't know what you're doing. Now that our ingredients are ready, let's jump right into cooking immediately, because there's no time to wait. When I was pregnant with my son, this is the exact soup I usually send my husband to go get for me, no matter the time of the day. I think one day he even used umbrella because the weather was not nice and everywhere was just dripping. But as much as I was concerned for my husband's safety, my cravings were overpowering me and I could never tell him not to go. Besides, he was the one that put me in that condition, even though it was something we both enjoyed. But still, I didn't have to carry the pregnancy alone, so that was his way of carrying the pregnancy with me. So even though I was still doing the bigger job with the pregnancy, I think it was just a little bit fair to me that at least he had a fair share of my struggles. Anyways, the last thing I introduced to my pot was my snail, because I didn't want it to overcook. Of course, it was well washed and void of slime. I allowed it to cook and I checked for salt and I was not feeling it at all. I had to adjust my salt. Now that everything seemed okay, I had to add my water leaf. You guys, this is a very huge pot of vegetable soup. I think this is actually the biggest I've ever cooked. After the water leaf cooked down a little bit, I had to adjust my pepper because I was not feeling anything. And then lastly, our plenty ugu leaf. This vegetable was so massive, my pot could barely contain it. I had to use all my strength to be pressing it down just so it fits. I came back when it steamed a little bit and it was ara when I wanted to turn it together. At the point, it wanted to break my hand and I wanted to give up, but I did not. I kept turning and I decided to check for my ingredient and everything was just as perfect as I needed it. Now, after covering to cook for a little while, this is what we have, you guys. Just negodu. This is one of those days that I'll be jealous of my husband, because how does he have this package as a wife? Makachi, this man doesn't know how much God has blessed him, because I can cook in this life. My first bite was accompanied by a mangala, followed by a momo, then thirdly, look at that snail. Another snail. And because I didn't want you people to tag me selfish that I'm eating behind the camera alone, whereas we cooked together, you have this bite. Please, kaba soup they bust brain, they enter me blongata. At this point, my body was just telling me, where me, digima. Mbano make una bring on a favorite swallow, basemo, apple, anyway. Bye.